This is gonna be a continuation of my last video. 2 more and a couple knickknacks. In my last video, we unboxed a whole bunch of, and the purpose of it was to build up an equipment list for a budget video and photo team. Unfortunately, we failed because half of the stuff we bought wasn't up to par. So this is the rest of the stuff, and all this should be what we need. So the first thing we have is a tripod. This is the Manfrotto 055. It's sort of the staple in the DSLR video making community. You can use this for photo as well, although it's a little more on the medium to heavy duty side. If you do landscape or time lapses, then this would be a good choice. Just make sure that you get a stable head with it. We got this tripod on B&H used to save a little bit of money, but it looks pretty minty. So if I gotten this as brand new, maybe I probably couldn't even tell. This is the most recent generation. The locking tabs are a little bit different. It looks a little more stylish as opposed to the original. Whenever I get a new tripod with locking legs, the first thing I want to do is make sure that I adjust the tension on all the legs. Extend one leg, I lock it down, and I sort of just put my whole body weight on it, as if you were doing a pull-up. And as you can see, this lower section of the leg collapsed a bit, so I know that I need to tighten this a little bit. This is just something I do personally to give myself peace of mind to ensure that, you know, this thing is super stable. In order to tighten this, we need a socket, which usually is right here. Unlock the tab, give it about 1/4 of a turn. Now I repeat the same process for the other 2 legs. When you make these adjustments, you want to make sure that you're making them incrementally, so you don't want to like twist it a whole half turn or a whole full turn. Then you'll have trouble locking it down. You always want to do very fine adjustments until you get it to the spot that you need to, and if you go past, then you can pull it back very easily. This has always been a trademark of this line of tripods, is once you extend the column, you're able to get this 90-degree angle. One thing that I always never understood was this little plastic tab hook notch thing. If anybody out there knows what this is for, please let me know. Tripod is good, let's move on. Okay, I almost forgot what this was. This is the Sirui Monopod, model number 204S. And this, in the DSLR mirrorless world of monopods, right now I think is probably the best monopod, and I'm gonna show you why. We have a nice little sniper rifle case. The reason that this monopod is such a good monopod, you have the traditional legs that flip out just like a Manfrotto. But you have 2 extra adjustments. One is the knob, so you can move the tripod around just like that. And some monopods, you can lock them down. The thing that I really like about this Sirui is that you can double lock it. You can put this little sleeve in and then you lock it down again. This is super stable. I had a DSLR with a 7200. It's something that this monopod allows you to do if you need to in the moment. You're gonna need to purchase your own head, which we actually did, and it's in one of these boxes. I completely removed this. That way, when we open up the feet, regardless of the terrain that's underneath, you have contact on all 3 feet and you don't have to worry about this center rubber piece catching on something. Here's a shotgun mic, which goes with the camcorder. Wasabi power batteries and power extra batteries. These are LPE6s, and the Wasabis are very, very popular on Amazon. But using these in a Canon DSLR for stills should generally be okay. In my last video, I talked about using third-party batteries and how, you know, sometimes it can ruin a video shoot. We've got our battery grip for our Canon 6D. Sometimes when you buy external battery grips, it does funky things to the camera, like it'll stick your aperture or it'll show you some weird stuff and just mess with the electronics. 2 years ago, these would be super unimaginable, crazy expensive. 128 gigs. B&H sells this in a pack of 2 for about 90 bucks or so. If you buy these individually, it costs less than if you buy them in a 2-pack. We have our 51.4. I would have wished to get the Sigma one, but once again, we're trying to save some money. And the 51.4, I think, will be super versatile. It'll be super useful. I've never understood why a tripod head that's this size needs to come in a box this big. We've got the head, we've got the arm, we've got a whole bunch of air. This tripod head is a perfect fit for this tripod and also a perfect fit for this monopod. Generally, we don't use these arms with the head just because it sticks out and it kind of gets in the way. And if you're using it, it's not as stable. So what we tend to do is we'll grab it like this and move it this way, or we'll adjust the camera itself. This is something for myself, Devin Graham glide cam. Just open up real quick, take a look. And when I get a chance, I will do a video on this glide cam. This is the last box, I think. And in here is gonna be both cameras as well as the rest of the accessories. Good Lord. That is a big ass box. So we're still missing the 6D. There's supposed to be a 6D somewhere here. Maybe it was shipped in a separate box. In my last video, we got a Canon XA30 and I explained why I got it. But it turns out that it looks really dinky. And so we're not gonna use that for pro work. This camcorder was purchased based on just reviews and comparisons on B&H website. And I did a little research on it as well. We have charger cables. There you go, big professional camera. Okay, the camera shoots 4K, so that's good. We have a lot of buttons, also good. What's up, Beb? You leaving?
I just put your thing in the dryer.
Is it? Did you put it in the medium care?
So I already pulled it out of the dryer. Bye-bye.
Hey, bye, baby.
I'll come back later.
Okay, so this is the AC. This is the AG8. This is the AG-AC90, which has been around for a few years, and this is one of the more newer versions. I guess you could say this is like its cousin or brother or sister, or the design is really similar. This is a little bit more heavier and larger as well, which is good to, you know, front on clients that we actually know what we're doing. Okay, we're shooting 4K 24p on the new Panasonic AG-UX90 auto mode, everything auto. This is as wide as it goes. This is all the boxes I needed to get rid of. So you can't have the LCD, you cannot have the LCD and the monitor on at the same time. So there's a switch. It's either monitor or LCD. We have a quarter stop ND that just turned on automatically. I can see on screen. Right now, sunlight's pretty harsh. See how the camera handled these highlights? We're at 164 ND, 1/16 ND. Let's test out this zoom. I'm hand holding, stabilization is good. There's some wind. The range is pretty decent. Fence is in the shadow and this really harsh sunlight on these leaves. Not too shabby. So that is pretty much it for everything that we need to unbox. We still have the Canon 6D, but I don't know where it is or when it's coming. But hopefully in the next 2 days, because I'm flying out next week and I need to pack all this stuff into my luggage and bring it over there for the team. If you enjoyed the video, or if you want to know a little bit more about everything that we opened up today, just shoot me a message or leave me a comment, and definitely like the video and subscribe so I get some, oh shh.